getting ready to put my lights up here. I'm going to put one over here and one over here, LED lights, so if I'm backing up at night I can see both sides of the trailer. And then in the middle right here will go my backup camera. So it's just some more of the progress I have to make before I can start cabinets. Alright, keep watching. Well, I got 4 of the 6 holes done. Got to get the light up there and mark it, so see where my wire's going through. Put a little bit of sealer on it, and tighten them up, and they'll be installed. Just have to wire it then. As you can see, I'm using these rubber bumpers because these lights were not made to be put on horizontally. The brackets aren't long enough. So, plus, using the rubber bumper, it also seals the hole. So I don't have to worry about any leakage. Water leakage. And as you can see, it makes it perfect. Gives me the perfect angle for my light. So there's one. The next one's going up. Well, it's hard to tell, but the lights are up. It's hard to tell in the daylight. I'll get a night shot tonight. But they're pointing exactly where I want them to. And they're bright. It's hard to tell, but they are bright. Oh well, one more step. I'm standing at the front of the trailer, and as you can see, the back lights are on, so it shines up pretty good. Should be able to see when backing up. It lights up quite well. And now you can see how bright they are. So I should be able to see when I'm backing up. What do you think? As I showed you last night, those lights are on. Getting ready now to put in my rear view camera. Got the holes drilled, which is kind of nice. So you saw how bright those were. I'll be able to see pretty good. When I bought these little step drills from Harbor Freight, no less, I thought they were kind of a joke until I started using them. There's some heavy steel bar across the back. My high-speed drills took forever to get through it. Once I made a little hole, got this in there, it didn't take a minute to get the diameter. So I've changed my opinion of these things. Well, my backup camera is ready to go on. Is extension, and I've also put 2 layers of butyl tape on the back to seal it. I had to make the hole pretty big, 5/8 of an inch, because I had to get this connector through. So the butyl tape on this side will seal up the hole. Then I'll come back around here and fill that with silicone so there'll be no leakage. I like my sealing. Alright, camera's in and got a 1/2 inch clearance between here and the top of the door, so that's pretty good. Butyl tape squashed down nicely. And I've come in here and siliconed it up, so this wire will go all the way around to the front, then down, and be a connector to the truck. And then I just can disconnect that. I disconnect my DC to DC, and I disconnect the truck. 3 connections, and everything in here is running. So little by little, we're getting there. Stay tuned. Send this out to your social media. Thanks. Alright, just starting to lay out the wiring. I'll come down this way, all the way up to nose. Of course, it'll go up in there with that wiring, so it'll be out of the way. So just another step down, or done, I should say. So as soon as I get that done, I've got to put another socket in here. I changed my mind on a gas stove to an induction stove, so I'm gonna run a wire down through here, and of course it's got to go behind the plywood. So, you know, sometimes that's the way it is. I'll get it. Alright, keep checking back. I'm gonna start making more progress here. Alright, getting ready to put a new wire in here. A 15 amp. Coming all the way down to here. And because I changed my mind on having a gas stove into an induction stove. So I'll run it all the way down through here, all the way over there to the inverter. So this will be an inverter outlet. And if I need to, if I'm on shore power, I can plug into this one over here, which is shore and inverter. So I'm just running one wire for this. But I don't want to have to take off all this plywood like I had before. So what I'm doing is I'm coming down here. I'll take a router and route a groove in here, down to here, skip a spot to keep the integrity of the plywood, and move down and do that all along. And then I can run the wire under here, take the foam out, put the wire down through, so I won't have to take the plywood out. So I can just take a router and route it out and be done with it. So that's the next step. Okay, got the slots cut in. I left pieces to keep the integrity of the plywood. The box is down there. I'm not going to get any closer. I don't want to show you my bad vertical freehand routing. It's not very straight, but it's functional. So now I'll get these put in and get the wires carried over to the box over there, or where the box will be, the inverter, and we'll go from there. Alright, got my wire in. I'm not going to show you how bad this is. It's pretty bad. But then it comes out down here, and of course it goes all the way across here, across there, and right here. This is some exterior wire that I had, a roll, partial roll. So I'm trying to use what I have. And again, none of this will be seen. This will be behind backsplash. This is in the cabinet, so I'm not too worried about it. I'll put some Gorilla Tape over, white Gorilla Tape, just to make it less noticeable for now. But then, again, it won't show. None of this will be showing. All right, another step in the thousands of steps. And as you can see, after applying the Gorilla Tape, you can barely see it. Again, it'll all be covered with something. Cabinets down here, backsplash here, cabinets up there. So I'm not worried about it. You do what you got to do. More coming soon. Getting ready to get the insulation up here behind the springs. Got another piece to put in there. And then once I get that in, I'm going to start on this wall right here. And it's going to go down out here and then across here. That'll be the outside storage. So when the door is down, you can get to this. This is stuff I don't need, you know, like chairs and metal detector and things like that. And the corner support, jacks and things, you know, stuff I don't use all the time. And then, since this is coming from here, right on up to about here, all I have to cover is from here to about here with a cover plate. I'll make these accessible from inside this closet and also inside the wardrobe over here. So little by little, it's getting there. Again, I should start on this wall maybe this week, if all goes well. So keep checking back.